How's it going, guys? Wish I had some tea. I do not, however, so let's just keep going. Today, shall be reviewing. I shall be reviewing or reviewing, however you like, Boris's release. I don't know which release it was, but it was one of the early releases, and it's called Amplifier Worship. This is one of my favorite, well, let's not pick favorites. I really like this album. Here's the inside right here. Bam. Lots of Japanese. Wish I could read it, but I cannot. I do not know Japanese at all. The tracks are as follows. Huge, Hama, Ganbouki, Ganbouki, perhaps. Kurumitsu, maybe the back's more easier to understand. Nope, not at all. Kurumi. Alright, you get the point. And then Vomit Self. Right now we are currently listening to Ganbouki, which is second half of the first LP. And it clocks in at 15 minutes, 44 seconds. This album is definitely one of their more drone-oriented albums, but not, well, it's one of their heavier albums, harder-hitting albums, more metal involved, and drone metal, doom is a better word. They have dronier albums, but this is a doomier one. Very long, but chunky riffed stuff. What I love about it, though, is this was when I was first really getting into doom metal. And a lot of this stuff I just couldn't appreciate. The long, repetitive stuff. And I'm like, it gets old. But this album is incredibly diverse, and it implements psychedelic, elements into it. Just really interesting, creative. The Japanese know their shit, and Boris is no exception. It's based around the idea of frogs for some reason, and it says right here, frogs love to eat flies. The devil's name, Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. Evil spirits love to spiritually feed upon those whom Beelzebub rules. So, I guess frogs, in this case, represent evil spirits. Which I would never guess, since frogs are pretty pleasant, kind of slimy little aquatic creatures. And, I don't picture demons as slimy, cute little aquatic creatures, really. But, hey, learn something new every day. Everyone's got their own perspective on things. Very just interesting way that they put this stuff together. Very, very heavily influenced by the Melvins. This record, you can hear it, though heavier in my opinion than the Melvins. Sort of step up from there. But then the thing is that they can switch quickly. They can switch from doom, just like the first track, huge. First track is huge, right? Yeah. And they'll start out this long, heavy, drony, doomy, not drony, doomy, passage, the repetition and, all that, typical drone doom stuff. And then the next track, Hama, I can't speak today, I'm sorry, I'm not having a good day. Like my brain's having a bad day, not me. Hama comes in, and it starts out like straight punk speed mentality type stuff, driving fast punk, a little more singing, no screaming, Like, the first was just like this, driving, primal, like, pulling these guttural screams from within. And then comes Hama, and that's just sort of like punk, a little abrasive, but more like, sing-songy, yelly type stuff. And then you get, sort of interludes in between, within the song, like this type of thing. I think it transfers from that, that one driving, heavy thing to this sort of, other thing. If you're hearing piano and outdoor noises, it's because you got the window open and a little kid playing on piano outside my room. But hopefully you can hear the music. But as you can tell, lots of psychedelic elements, as well as the doom and the drone, which really turned me onto the album when I was first checking these guys out. And then just interesting percussion stuff. They're never boring. These guys know my head, man. They know that they like the drone and they like the heaviness and the repetition, but they're kind of ADD. They always got to add just at least something else. Change here and change there. And I personally, I've gotten past that. I like straight drone sometimes, but that's because it's become an acquired taste. For me, when I'm listening to music, I get excited every time there's just a little new thing. It doesn't have to be, it can be subtle, but just these little nuances within it, just changing, altering, and then suddenly going into a whole new, thing. And that's what really attracts me to this album. It's a great album. Alright, I'll let you guys go. Check out the album, though, if you haven't already. You guys probably already have, but, whatever. Check it out if you haven't.